in terms of restoring health, 3 categories that everything that you do can be grouped into when it comes to how it affects your life and your health: how you think, how you eat, and how you move. Those 3 categories. So if you are experiencing sufficiency and purity of all of those categories, of all of the relevant factors in your life, you will be healthy. And you can expect that your headaches will disappear from where they came from. A lifestyle of toxicity, a lifestyle of deficiency that we're taught to live. And I'm glad that it was actually Susan herself that brought up this point for me when she said, I was sitting in a workshop, and after living that life, you can imagine, she said, wow, I was sitting here and someone told me I don't get sick, I do sick. And she says, felt like, someone had squared me right up and hit me right between the eyes, because this is something I've struggled with my whole life. And now it's my fault. And it's not. And I said, you know what, I'd never thought of that before, because frankly, no one is teaching us, right? Where else did you hear this message? Anyone in any of these stories say, this is how to solve this problem? Because this is the only way. As if you read the news and watch what's happening in terms of drugs and that lifestyle and that concept, they are taking a beating, an absolute beating, because the results of that concept, that failing concept, are just hitting us in the face on a day-to-day basis. So no, I said, no, it's not your fault. It's really our fault as healthcare professionals for not teaching people the truth about how to be healthy. That this is how to be healthy right here. Understanding how your body works. And as chiropractors, why I think that it's our job to teach this, and that if we don't, nobody else is going to. Because chiropractic has, as a legacy, what we do as an understanding that the body is intelligent, and the body is born with an ability to run itself. All of those things that we looked at in terms of the physiology that's involved there, blood flow to the brain, function of the brain. And the brain is like the black box, right? We've always looked at it like this supercomputer that just tells everything what to do inside your body. And what we do as chiropractors, quite frankly, has more to do with that black box than anybody else. Because if you see this right here, this is a spine, and inside your skull sits your brain. And inside your spine, attached to your brain, all one piece, is your spinal cord. So when we say, you guys hear that phrase from us, above, down, inside, out, when people first come to the office, they're like, what are these chiropractors talking about? What does that mean? That they understood, we just had Chiropractic's birthday a week and a half ago, 113 years ago. They recognized that concept, that the brain sits inside the skull and is running your body. It's telling your body what to do, and that it is communicating constantly everything that needs to happen inside of your body perfectly. And it's utilizing the intelligence of your cells that now, we're so enamored with genetics. That's what runs your body. Well, it's not just your genetics, it's what you're born with. There's this intelligence inside your body that runs everything. That's just a structural piece, that it's like a little blueprint for how all of that intelligence is going to function. So your body runs from above, down, inside, out. And as long as all of that information is traveling from your brain to your body, and from your body back up to the brain, everything works brilliantly. And it's going to handle all of those stresses that we inevitably put ourselves under, right? Just almost impossible to avoid a majority of those. Your body will respond to them beautifully, as well as it can, and it'll handle them as well as it can. And so your health really comes down to those 2 things, right? But what happens? Unfortunately, and what do we do as chiropractors? And why does this, how does this play into headache? Subluxation. You guys have heard that phrase when people ask, why do you go to the chiropractor? Yes, if your friend ever said, I'm going because I'm having my spine checked for this problem called subluxation, when a spinal joint is jarred out of a healthy alignment. Just like if you've ever rolled an ankle or sprained a finger, when tissue's damaged inside your body, that joint will swell. There's soft tissue damage that happens that compromises the flow of information inside of your body as it's traveling through the spinal cord. Each one of these little joints has a little hole that a nerve exits to feed all of the parts of your body. Cells, tissues, organs, immune system, endocrine glands, hormonal regulation. Subluxation causes nerve interference that keeps your body from functioning properly. So now we go back and think, okay, this is what we deal with on a day-to-day basis in terms of the unbelievable stress load and toxic load, and not to mention just not getting what we're supposed to get. And then you get a body with subluxation, where now it's compromised in its ability to deal with all of those stresses and deal with this unbelievably challenging life that we live. And so in terms of subluxation and headache, so why as chiropractors, people look at us and here in the building and say, wow, those chiropractors, those guys are kind of crazy. They're intense about what we do. Yeah, this is what chiropractic is. So if you've ever been, if one of your friends has said, I'm sure you guys hear it from your friends, oh, why are you talking? What is, I'm always hearing you guys talk about this chiropractic. What is the deal here? Be able to explain that concept to them. Because if not, they will never understand what it is that you're doing. Subluxation interferes with the travel of information, the transmission of nerve information through your body that keeps your body healthy and that keeps your body healing. It interferes with your body's ability to heal.